Food ricer?
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. We've done our second rinse. We've got our material, and we've loaded it into this fruit press. It goes into a bag that's a filter bag, essentially. And then it goes in there, and we crank this thing down by hand. And it squeezes the last little bit of juice and oil, or alcohol and oil, out of it. And we drain it right back through into our pot. There we go. I might be smoking too much pot this morning. So anyway, Christy, go ahead and tell us a little bit about how we used to do this.
We used to do this with a little hand rice press that was about this big around, so we could get, a scoopful in at a time. A rice press is it's a ricer. It's a potato ricer.
Yes.
That's the word I'm looking for. A potato ricer. We don't use that anymore. We found this. We're able to put all of our material in here at once and do it. This is a lot faster. Keep your stuff colder longer.
And the reason we want to do this is because we want to keep our return up. There's a lot of good oil left in there that's trapped in that material and in that alcohol that material is holding like a sponge. So just like when we squeeze a sponge and we get the water out of it, we're squeezing the material here to get the last little bit of alcohol and oil out of it. So there's nothing too complicated going on there. We found this fruit press here on Amazon. There'll be a link on MichiganMedicalMarijuanaSeeds.org. Once again, we'll have convenient shopping links and these videos posted there. So go ahead and look below and order your materials now if you like. We've gone through a lot of years of evolving our process to find the easiest and most convenient and most importantly the most effective materials to work with, tools to work with. So these stills are a little new because of the raids that we've been through. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar. So I stopped making oil for a couple of years out of fear of being raided again. And so now that we know that things have been clarified with the law, we know that we're 100% legal, and my life depends on this oil. This oil happened to save my life back when I was 38 years old, and I believe that it continues to keep me alive today. So what we've done here is, managed to evolve into a process that, much like our style of growing, is very simple, easy to follow, and teachable. So while some of this equipment looks a little fancy, don't let it fool you. It's not. This process is no more complicated than making hard candy or different things in your kitchen. It's just because it's marijuana that it makes us a little nervous. So don't let that get you. There's a lot of value in the material here, and there's a lot of hopes for what this oil can accomplish when we're done. So we take it very seriously, but we need to be comfortable with our material and our process. So don't let it freak you out. And that's part of the reason why we do these how-to videos, is to help you feel comfortable enough to step out there and make your own oil. We encourage everyone to do this themselves. This is a recipe that should be passed on from generation to generation, from neighbor to neighbor, just like anything good. You can't buy high-quality medicine at the store. It's just not how life works. And I could go into a lot of statements about that, but we'll stay away from it. I think we understand. The minute you start to mass produce anything, the first thing you lose is quality. While Grandma's chili is awesome every time she makes it at home, when the company takes that recipe and tries to mass produce it and put it in a can, it'll never be the same as going to Grandma's house for chili. So the same thing with cannabis oil. These small batches made by individuals out of small gardens, or people that acquire material from smaller gardens that are raised with love and care, and organically the way that we do ours. This is the stuff that we want to use to make oil. Anybody can grow a field of hemp and mass produce barrels of oil and call it medicine. And while that might be good for some things, it's not cannabis oil. This is cannabis oil made from cannabis, indoor cannabis. It's very high quality. Don't be mistaken. There's a large difference between cannabis oil and hemp oil, and there's a large difference between mass-produced bullshit and homemade medicine that's made with love.